Hey guys, so I don't know why I keep forgetting to do this video. Actually, I do know why. It's because I know it's only gonna take 5 minutes to film, so I always keep putting it off. I'm like, oh, I'll just film it. It's only 5 minutes. I finally decided to make the video. As you can read by the title, I'm gonna be talking about maybe not the best, but for me it's been the best and my favorite brush soap to use to clean my brushes. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget to subscribe and let's begin. Okay, so first I want to talk about other brush cleaners before I get to my favorite one. I know you're probably like, oh my gosh, just tell us already.
Oh my god, will you just tell us?
Not yet. Just so you guys know what not to get also. Okay, so for all my years of doing makeup, I've only ever used hand soap and that's always worked. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys too. Like, what's the point of buying a brush cleaner when you could just use soap? And that was perfectly fine for me because before all I would use is a pencil brush for my eyeliner. And truthfully, I would just wash that maybe like once every few months because that was the only brush I used was an eyeliner brush and I didn't really need to buy a brush cleaner for that. But then once I started doing videos last year, I was like, crap, I really need a brush cleaner because my cleaning routine went from one brush a few months to like 20 brushes a week. So hand soap wasn't really doing it for me. So the only time I would do a full face of makeup and use a bunch of brushes was when I was traveling. And I didn't want to buy a liquid brush cleaner, so I just bought a solid cleanser. This is Beauty Blender solid cleanser. And I totally forgot about this. This has been sitting in my drawer for 3-4 years, like not even exaggerating. Because I kept telling myself I would need this when I traveled, but I just kept forgetting it. My first cleaner I bought was this crazy Merman solid brush soap. Just straight off the bat, this is horrible. So I was so excited when I got it, and then I got my brushes and I started swirling them in the brush soap and like nothing was happening. And I was like, okay, am I doing it wrong? Because if you've never seen solid brush soap, it's just like one huge piece of wax in there. So I was like, okay, so I was like looking at it, I was like, do I have to take it out? And yeah, I was like, that's the only thing you can do is only swirl your brush in there. And hand soap was working 10 times better than this soap. I just stood there confused for a while and I was like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot I already had a cleanser. So I tried to find the Beauty Blender one and this worked amazingly. So I was like, okay, there has to be something wrong with this because this is what I expected this to work like. I went to go buy another one and I was like, oh, $16 for a brush cleaner. The hand soap was perfectly fine for all my brushes except one, and it's this Sigma foundation brush. This is so hard to clean. You'll just spend 5 minutes just trying to get the foundation out of this. And two was my face halo. Regular soap wasn't cutting it anymore. And to wash my Beauty Blender, I would mix olive oil with dishwashing soap and that worked perfectly. So that's why I never used the Beauty Blender solid cleanser, because I would just use this with olive oil and dish soap. But these two just became such a burden, especially since I was using this once, twice a week. And the 20 brushes I was using once a week. So yeah, back to the Beauty Blender cleanser. Right after this, I was like, oh, I don't want to spend $16 for that again. So I looked online and I found this e.l.f. solid cleanser. And I was like, oh my gosh, $4. Yeah, that's perfect. So I bought it and I love it. Obviously, that's why I'm making this video. It's only $4. And I just buy these in bulk because I don't really want to pay shipping. There are 3 like downsides. They're not even a downside. They're just little tiny burdens that aren't really a big deal. I noticed some people mentioning them. So the first one is smell. I remember reading someone's review saying it smelled like cleaner or something, like it was really strong. I'm very sensitive to smell. Like I'll get a headache immediately, but this isn't strong at all. I actually like the scent. Number 2, I have no idea why there's space. So one, you're wasting a lot of plastic because you could save so much plastic if you made it the same size as this cleanser. And 2, you're wasting more of the cleanser because water can seep in there and then it'll eventually turn this into water and it's a waste. So yeah, that's the second downside. And 3rd, it's just hard to wash my face halo with this because obviously it doesn't fit perfectly and I have to rub it in. See, like that's not even a downside. But yeah, those are the only 3 I can think of. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my face halo. See, that's the only benefit of a liquid soap because you can easily pour it in here. And then the other side, you have to rub it in here. So it took me a little over 4 months to finish one of these, and when I went to go buy some more, it was sold out. I went over to Ulta and I found this EcoTools makeup brush shampoo. This is horrible. If you want to spend the whole day cleaning your brushes, then go ahead and get this. When I wash all my brushes, it takes me about 10 minutes, but with this, it's double. It's like 20-30 minutes. And it's because you can never get rid of this cleanser. This is why I don't like liquid soap, because once I pour it on here, it starts like dripping away and wasting. And I always like washing my brushes right here. so that the dirt can fall into the sink. I never wash them right here. So see how it keeps going? So to wash my brushes, I always use my little Sigma hand. I'm on my second solid cleanser and both of them took almost exactly 4 months. So I mean 3 cleansers a year, that's only $12. That's really nothing. And the reason why I love solid cleansers compared to regular liquid cleansers is because you cannot control the amount with a liquid cleanser. Like, let's say I just pour this, I wouldn't know how much I need. What if I was just washing one brush? Like, this would be such a waste of product. But with a solid cleanser, you just swirl it in once, twice, and you're good. Another solid cleanser I really wanted to try was xoBeauty's solid cleanser. Every time I buy fake lashes there, I always end up wanting to get that solid cleanser. But it's $20 for 100 grams. I made a list of all these solid beauty cleansers I was looking at to compare prices. So for e.l.f., if you wanted 100 grams, that would only be $9. xoBeauty's 100 grams is $20. 100 grams of the Crazy Merman would be $23, and 100 grams of the Beauty Blender one would be $57. e.l.f.'s the cheapest, and truthfully I think it works just the same and even better than the Beauty Blender one I have. And I don't know why, but I just like that it's great. It makes me feel like it's activated charcoal. I think it is, or it's just plain charcoal. I think I'm done saying how much I love this. Let's just head to the bathroom and I'll show you how I use it. So you just wet your brush first, and then I just swirl it in there. Not too much. And then I swirl it on this mitt right here. But obviously I don't hold it like this. I put it right here. And see, it cleaned it really fast if it focuses. So this is another foundation brush, and just watch how many times I have to wash this to get the soap out. And it's so frustrating because it feels like water. You can't really swirl it because it literally feels like you're just pressing this on water. That's how well it cleaned that. Look how much foundation's still on there. So let's try the e.l.f. one. So you can just control how much soap you need compared to pouring it. And like I said, the only downside is once water gets in here, it kind of starts eroding and wasting away. It gets nice and foamy. Come on, focus. See, so it's nice and clean. And I love cleaning my beauty blender with olive oil and soap. But when I'm lazy, I just use this soap. And then I just like to rub it together. It basically washes everything: beauty blender, face halo, brushes, and for only $4. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.